Alright guys, so we're just going to jump straight into the video. So this hair is from ISEE Hair from AliExpress. I ordered the Mongolian Kinky curly wig. It's a 360 lace frontal wig. I got 16 inches. I really wanted to go for a curly wig this time since I'm so used to doing straight hair. So the package just comes with some lashes, 3D mink hair lashes I would definitely wear. It also came with just an information card. And then it also came with a wig cap, which is perfect because it's my skin color. So this is the texture of the hair. It's giving very much jerry curl, but of course once you wash it, you'll definitely see that it'll be less defined in a more natural curl pattern. It has a 1B color to it with some brown highlights, which I really liked. So we're just going to get into bleaching the knots. I just used this Clairol Pure White developer. It's in 40. I try to use the maximum so that it can bleach faster, and then I'm going to use a Clairol BW2 powder lightener. I got this mixing bowl from Sally as well. And then I have a whole bunch of popsicle sticks that I keep in my room. So I'm just going to take a scoop of the powder lightener. Pour it into my bowl. And then I'm going to take the developer. And mix it. It can get messy. I don't really use gloves, but I definitely have a towel on the floor just in case it gets on my carpet. But I just pour it in and I'm just eyeing the amount. So for when you bleach your knots, you want to make sure that it's not too thin because it'll bleed through the lace and onto your roots, and you just want it on the knots. So as you can see, I'm just going to keep mixing, adding more powder, adding more developer to get the perfect thick texture, so that when I put it on the knots, it'll just stay on the knots and won't bleed through the frontal onto the hair. So I had got this mannequin head from Amazon. I'm just going to take the wig, flip it upside down, and put it on the mannequin head. I try to move the hairs in the front out the way so that when I bleach the hair, it doesn't get bleached as well. So I start in the front because I want the front to bleach faster than the back of the hair, because again, that's where the hairline's going to be and that's where everything's going to show. So I like the front to bleach better than the back of the head. I don't really care about the back of the head, especially since I know for this kinky curly hair I'm probably going to do a flip over. So yeah, you just want to spread it on there like icing. And people probably know the brush that people usually use to dye hair. I don't like to do that for this because I feel like the brush makes, like, the hairs of the brush will make the bleach go down into the roots, and then you'll end up bleaching your roots by accident. So yeah, I just spread it on there like cake icing. And then I take the some aluminum foil sheets, and I just place it over the head just to give it some heat, and it'll help it bleach a little quicker. So it's been 15 minutes. I'm gonna check the hair. I take a popsicle stick and I just take a section of the hair off and just check. And I want it to be like a brown. I don't want it to be super blonde because again, I just want it to match my scalp. So I'm just gonna take it to my sink and I wash off all that extra bleach. I take this Shimmer Light shampoo, which I also got from Sally's. It's for blonde and silver hair, just to get the brassiness off of the roots. It comes out purple. I'm pretty sure you can get purple shampoo from pretty much anywhere. But yeah, I just poured straight onto the lace, and I'm just gonna shampoo like I would normally. Try to get it really sudsy. And once I wash the hair, you're gonna see what the real texture of the hair looks like. And it has that pretty like 3B, 3C texture. So as you can see, I made a mistake and I ended up dyeing too much of the roots in the front of the hair. So luckily I had some extra dye, like brown dye, so that I can fix it. So this is the Adore Mocha from Creative Image. It's a hair dye that you can get from your local beauty supply store. I don't think they sell it at Sally's, but your local beauty supply store should have it, and it comes in so many colors, like bright colors, and it's really cheap. So I'm just gonna take my mixing bowl and I'll pour it into the mixing bowl. And I'm just gonna take a spoolie wand. I got a bunch of these from when I used to get my lashes done. So I'm gonna dip it in there. You can also use an old mascara wand, but just dip it in there. I think I ended up realizing that it wasn't getting on the full brush, so I ended up just pouring it over top. So I just put the hair up and pinned the lace down using some T-pins. I got those from Amazon. But you're just gonna brush the hair through like you would do your lashes, and just brush the dye through the hair. I try to avoid getting the dye on the lace, but I did a couple times, and I realized when I rinsed it out, the hair dye didn't dye the lace, so I was happy with that. But yeah, as you can see, it's already like correcting. It looks so much better. And I think this method is easy, just to use a mascara wand. So we're just going to speed it up. Just trying to get all those areas that I over bleached. So now I'm going to be plucking my frontal. I like to split the hair into sections. When I pluck, I do a side, middle, and the other side. It's just easier for me that way. And then I section off a front portion of the hair. A lot of these companies say that these wigs are pre-plucked, but they're really not. And I like my hair to be plucked a lot, just because I feel like it just gives more of a natural hairline. But anyway, you're going to section that front part off, and then you're going to go in. There's not really like a specific way I pluck, but I just keep plucking random areas, trying not to overpluck one section. But you'll see here that I overplucked this one section because I didn't realize how easy this hair was going to pluck away. There's times I've had wigs where I've had to pluck a section for so long and the hair just doesn't look thin, but as you can see, I've only plucked it for like 4 seconds and it's already created a bald spot. But don't worry, sometimes those mistakes work for you. I ended up liking that it was overplucked. I don't know, I just like that natural hairline look that thin edges give. I hate when wigs have that like demarcation and you can tell it's a wig because it's really thick in the front. But anyway, yeah, so after I pluck for a little bit, I like to just take a comb through it just to get it out the way, and then I'll take the front of the section and push it back just to see how I like it. And then I'm gonna part another section. I think I do about 3 sections in total, but still you can see that it's really thick there. So I'm just gonna pluck some more. Again, I hate that line of demarcation. So yeah, it looks better already. So I'm gonna do the middle section, and then I'll end up doing the side as well, just the same way. So I guess I only did two layers. And on those middle and other side parts, I was being careful about not over plucking like I did on the left side. I guess the hair is just really thin already, so I wasn't trying to create another bald spot. But anyway, I just go through making sure there's no more lines of demarcation. If there is, then I'll just pluck a little more. So yeah, that's how much hair I plucked out. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. So the next day, I randomly decided to bleach the hair. I had some leftover orange dye from when I dyed my hair last year, a wig last year orange. This time I'm going to take a 20 developer instead of the 40 developer because I don't want the hair to lighten that quickly. So I had some leftover 20 developer. It's a standard lift. And I just mixed that with the BW2 powder, and this mixture is a little less thick than when I did with Bleaching the Knots. So I just put some gloves on this time because we're going to get really messy. I sectioned off a back of the hair, and then I take the brush like I was talking about earlier. This is not the brush that you want to use when you're bleaching your knots because it'll seep through, but this definitely works for just bleaching the hair. But I just go from root to end, trying to get as much of the hair bleached as I can. Again, I don't stress about making sure every single part is perfect because I kind of like that highlighted look where some parts are lighter and some parts are darker than the others, because I feel like it gives the hair more of a natural look instead of it all being one monotone. I feel like when it's monotone, it gives more of a fake synthetic wig look. I was trying to go as fast as I could because I really didn't want the back of the hair to lighten before the front. I try to get as close to the roots as I can, but I wasn't stressing about it if the roots weren't light. And I just rub my fingers through the hair at the end just to try to, get as much of the hair evenly coated as I can. But again, I kind of like the highlighted look, so I didn't do too much. So this is after I bleached the whole entire head. I'm just going to go back in and fix some sections that I feel like need a little bit more bleach. And now we're going to dye the hair. So this is the watercolor method. You can look at a more in-depth video of it on YouTube, but I just filled up a bucket with water, warm water. And I'm taking this Adore hair color. This is in the color Cajun Spice. It has a orange ginger tone to it. And I'm going to pour about half or a quarter to a half of the bottle into the water. Look at me checking my watch. And then I'm going to take the other color. This is in the color Spiced Amber. It has more of a red tone to it. And I'm gonna pour that also into the water, again about 1/4 to 1/2 of the bottle. I'm just gonna mix it all up into the water. I love the watercolor method, it's so easy. But yeah, I just dip the hair into the water. I do this for about 5 minutes. I do like a up and down, like dip the hair, pull it out, dip the hair, pull it out, and the hair dyes so quickly. It's just like the dye just sticks right into the hair. And it was giving me that perfect ginger color that I was going for. I was so happy. I was hoping it wasn't gonna come out orange. I think if the hair was like really blonde, like a 613, and I dipped it in there, it would have been orange, because I've done that before. So yeah, I'm just looking at the hair, feeling it out. But that's the color I was going for. Now I'm just gonna wash it out next. I did rinse the bleach out before I dipped it into the watercolor method, if I didn't say that. Just an FYI, make sure you wash the bleach out with the Shimmerlite shampoo and then do the watercolor method. So we're just gonna rinse out the hair into the the tub. This hair dye will dye your tub if you have a white tub, so I try to rinse the hair pretty quickly, and then I'll just take some bleach, cleaning bleach, and scrub the tub as well, because I've had an orange tub before from not cleaning the tub quick enough afterwards. The hair was really dry and brittle after that, so I'm taking some Tresemme. I think this is the Ultra Moisture Rich Conditioner, just to put some moisture back into the hair. But it's expected, no matter what hair you do, whether it's natural hair or a wig, your hair is going to be dry after you bleach and dye it. It's just expected. That's how much hair fell out. Again, not that much. So after I condition it, I'm just gonna put it into a bag, like a plastic bag, and let it sit for about 30 minutes. So after the wig was done, I shampooed it, let it dry a little bit. Now we're gonna put it on. So I did the wig cap method. I was gonna record how I do my wig cap method, but I'm not satisfied with the way that I do my wig cap method. As you can see, it looks crazy right now. I've seen YouTube videos where the wig cap looks like undetectable, so I need to practice that a little bit more and watch some more videos. But I'm just taking some witch hazel toner on a cotton pad and just rubbing my hairline, because I don't want any oil on my hairline, and I don't want to have any dirt there, because you can get breakouts on your hairline from dirt and oil. So this is how the hair color came out. I was so satisfied. It was like the perfect color that I was going for. And I'm showing you the inside of the wig. It just has combs in it, 3 combs, 1 in the back, 2 on the sides. Yeah, but I don't put the combs on the sides. I just do the back comb. I did put some foundation on the wig cap because I feel like it blends better. But yeah, we're just gonna put the wig on. I take the back of the comb, put it on the back of my head, and then I just kind of eye where I want the wig to lay. So for all my big foreheaded people whose forehead is just super big, whenever I put these wigs on, I just feel like the front of the hair just comes too far in the front. And I know some people, when they do frontals, they're okay with like the front line of their hair having all that extraness, and it like shrinks your forehead. I don't think that looks natural at all. So I'm gonna end up cutting a lot of that hair off where it doesn't line up with my stocking cap, but I'm just lining it up around my ears because I'm gonna cut those ear tabs off. Again, when I used to put wigs on, I used to cut the lace first and then glue it on. Don't do that. Do not do that. So anyway, we're just gonna cut where the end of my ears are. This is so important. I hate when people have lace just hanging over the top of their ears. I'm like, that's so not natural. I didn't have to cut as much as I thought I would. And I'm just gonna do the other side. So yeah, as you can see, I definitely overplucked the front, but again, that part's gonna be cut off anyway because my forehead hairline is way back there. So all that hair needs to go. So I'm just gonna section off that front of that hair and put it in a rubber band so that it's out the way when I glue it down, and then when I cut the lace, that hair will be cut off with it. Again, just sectioning off the hair where the stocking cap ends. You're gonna see where the stocking cap ends, and just section off all those hairs that don't sit on that stocking cap line. I'm just gonna get it out the way. I'm gonna cut the lace in half for when we glue it because I like to glue down my hair into sections. So I'm gonna use the Bold Hold active adhesive. I like to use the active because I do go to the gym, and I felt like when I was using the regular Bold Hold, I would go to the gym and my wig would just slide right off because the sweat and everything. But with the Bold Hold active, I can work out and that thing stays right on. So yeah, I'm just cutting off this extra stocking part that wasn't really laying right. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out where my hairline is before I start gluing down, just to get a feel of where I need to put the glue. So I'm going to put one dab of glue on the stocking and one dab of glue in front of that stocking on the skin. So you'll see it'll be like a pattern. I was getting frustrated with the glue because it kept clotting and I had to keep taking a T-pin and sticking it through just to get it to work. But one on the stocking, one on the skin, one on the stocking, one on the skin. It clotted again. I was getting so frustrated, but I finally got it to work. So again, one dab on the stocking, one dab on the skin, all the way down. Sorry, I'm breaking out right now, so my skin doesn't look the greatest. But yeah, you're just gonna go all the way down, like so, and then you're gonna take a popsicle stick and just like, I kind of go sideways but also to the front. Whenever you push, like spread the glue forward, it kind of helps the stocking cap to lay a little better as well. Instead of going backwards, then you're kind of lifting that stocking cap up, so I kind of go forward to help it lay better. And I'm just gonna spread the glue really thin, try to get it as thin as possible, and then let it sit a little bit until it's transparent, and then we'll do another layer. So depending on how sticky or how much of a hold you want, If you wanted to have a really good hold, do 3 layers. If you're just okay with it not really lasting longer than a week, just do 2 layers. I did 3 layers, but I'm only going to show you me doing 2 layers. And I think doing one side of the head and then doing the other is so much better instead of trying to do the whole entire head, because laying the glue quick enough and all that stuff, it's just not good. So yeah, I'm just going to take the lace, place it over top of that glue, and just kind of take my finger and press it down a little bit, trying to avoid pushing the actual hair into the glue, because once you start taking once the hair starts to stick a little bit into the glue, then it doesn't really give a natural hairline look, and it'll just be a whole glue mess, and then you'll have problems doing your edges and whatnot. And then I'm gonna take a comb next and kind of press that lace in a little more with the comb, again trying to avoid pushing the hair actually down into the glue. So yeah, just press it down, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. I didn't film the other side, but you get the gist. Then I'm gonna take this edge scarf I got from Ali Pearl when I ordered my last wig. I was hoping ISEE Hair was gonna send this in the package, but they didn't, but that's okay. I don't need like 50 of these scarves. But yeah, just wrap it, tie it down, and let it sit. It's been 10 minutes. Took the scarf off, and now I'm gonna cut the lace. Again, all that hair in the front is gonna be cut off because it doesn't fit my big forehead. So I'm just gonna take an eyebrow razor. You can get these from any store basically, but my sister ordered a big pack from Amazon, so I stole one from her, and I just kind of cut the lace, try to get it as close to where it's glued down as possible. I like using these instead of scissors because scissors kind of gives it a straight look, but when you use an eyebrow razor, it kind of gives like a jagged edge look, and that makes the frontal look more natural when you're cutting the lace in like a jagged pattern instead of just straight across. So yeah, just trying to get as close to the hair where the glue line is as possible, because you don't want any extra lace just hanging off. So I guess over plucking the front really had a benefit for me because I had to cut it off anyway. Alright guys, so this is the final look of how I ended up with my hair. Um, it took a lot of manipulation. I cut it a lot. As you can see, it's much shorter. Um, at first I was gonna have my hair like down, like covering my face, but I really wanted to show that it was a frontal. Um, and when it was over my face, it kind of gave it more like a fake, like a wig look, and I didn't like that. So I kind of just cut it some more to give it the shape that I want, and then I put my hair back. I put some bobby pins in the hair, and then I did my edges. I wish I filmed me doing my edges, but I'm not the best at doing edges from wigs. I'm trying to perfect that, but I try to go for that short edge look, like where the edges are really short, kind of like what Arrogante, if you know Arrogante, he does his edges like that, like really short. So that's what I did. I don't like them too dramatic. I didn't really do this side because this hair is covering my face anyway, but I think it came out really cute. It took me a minute to get used to it. I was like, let me just put my makeup on and see if I'm feeling it. And now I'm actually liking the hair. It's really different for me. Like, of course, I've had orange hair before, but I've had straight orange hair. So it's a little less dramatic when your hair is straight. But when it's curly, like people's like noticing it. Like, I actually had to go to patient first yesterday because I hurt my ankle and I had this hair on, and I was like, people were probably staring at me like she's giving very much carrot top. That's what I was giving. But I like it today. Um, I have the hair flipped over, and I think it looks much better like this. I just have to get used to it, but I think it's cute. So, guys, thanks for watching. Oh my god, it took so long to record. It literally took like a whole day because it was like one day of a bleaching, and then the next day I decided to dye it randomly. So, it took a lot of time. I hope you guys appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and